this next story, we're heading to Mexico. Eric Kimmel is retelling The Three Little Pigs, but instead of pigs, it's tamales. And Valeria de Campo is painting the pictures. Here we go. Vamos, vamos. The Three Little Tamales. Once upon a time in Texas, there lived a couple known to all as Tío Jose and Tia Lupe. Tío Jose and Tia Lupe owned a taqueria, a little restaurant. Everyone said that Tia Lupe made the best tortillas and tamales in all of Mexico. Every morning, she wrapped the tamales in corn husks and steamed them in a pot. When they were done, she put them on the window to cool. One day, the three little tamales saw a tortilla rolling by. Hey, where are you going? They asked the tortilla. I'm running away, the tortilla told them. If I stay here, someone's going to eat me. You'll be eaten too. You better run. Ooh, we don't want to be eaten, the three little tamales said. They decided to run away together. They jumped out of the window and ran down the road before anyone knew they were gone. The first little tamale ran until she came to the prairie. She breathed in the smell of sagebrush. I want to live here, the first little tamale said. She built herself a little house, a casita, out of sagebrush and moved in. She went to sleep that night surrounded by the sweet smell of sage. The second little tamale ran until he came to a cornfield. He listened to the rustling corn stalks. That sounds like music. I want to live here, the second little tamale said. He built his casito out of corn stalks and moved in. He went to sleep that night listening to the music of corn stalks. The third little tamale ran until she came to the desert. She saw cactus bristling with thorns. Cactus will make a strong house. The thorns will protect me, the third little tamale said. So she built her casita out of tough, prickly cactus and moved in. She slept soundly that night, protected by the cactus. Well, the three little tamales lived happy for a time. Then one day, who would come trotting by but Señor Lobo? The first little tamale saw him coming. She ran inside her sagebrush house and shut the door. Well, Señor Lobo, he walked up to the house. He looked in the window and said, Señorita Tamale, por favor, I want to come in, so open the door. Well, the first little tamale replied, Señor Lobo, muy lindo, I'm sorry to say, I won't let you in, so please go away. Well, Señor Lobo answered, oh, huff, 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 and I'll puff like a Texas tornado, and I'll blow your casito from here to Laredo. Then he huffed, and he puffed, until he blew the sage house, casita, to pieces. But the first little tamale got out just in time. She ran to her brother's house, the casita out of corn stalks. Well, the second little tamale saw her coming. He opened the door and let her in, just as Señor Lobo arrived. Well, Señor Lobo, he walked up to the house. He looked in the window. Señor Tamale, por favor, I want to come in, so open the door. Well, the second little tamale replied, Señor Lobo, muy guapo. I'm sorry to say I won't let you in, so please go away. Well, Señor Lobo, He answered, you know, he'll huff and he'll puff like a Texas tornado, and he'll blow your casito from here to Laredo. Then he huffed and he puffed until he blew the cornstalk casito all over. But the two little tamales, they got out just in time. And they ran to their sister's house out into the desert, the one made out of cactus. Well, the third little tamale saw them coming. She opened the door and she let them in, just as Señor Lobo arrived. And Señor Lobo walked up to the cactus house. He looked into the window. He knocked on the door. Ow! Ow! He yelled as the cactus thorns stuck him. Then he said, Señorita Tamale, por favor. I want to come in, so open the door. Well, the third little tamale replied, Señor Lobo, muy tanto, I'm sorry to say, I won't let you in, so please go away. Well, Señor Lobo answered, I'll huff and I'll puff like a Texas tornado, and I'll blow your casito from here to Laredo. Go ahead and try. I don't think you can, said the third little tamale. That made Señor Lobo angry, so he huffed and he puffed. And he huffed and he puffed. Until he was out of breath. But that little casita, it never budged because that cactus was tough. Its roots were strong and its long, sharp thorns were woven tightly together. I don't know what I do, said Señor Lobo. If I can't blow this house to pieces, I'll climb down the chimney so the three little tamales will never know I am coming. But when Señor Lobo climbed on top of the house, that cactus thorns, ow, ow, pricked his paws, ow, ow. He yelped as he tiptoed across the roof. Señor Lobo, he's on the roof. He's coming down the chimney. What will we do? We better run, cried the first tamale. We better hide, said the second one. No, we won't, said the third little tamale. I'm not afraid of Señor Lobo. I know a better way to deal with him than running away and hiding. She told the others her plan. They agreed to help her. Well, the three little tamales filled a pot with water and set it on the fire to boil. And they heard Señor Lobo climbing down the chimney. Ay, ay, ay! He yelled, splash! He fell into the pot of water and clang! The three little tamales covered the pot with an iron lid. Let me out! Let me out! Said Señor Lobo. Nope, we can't, the three little tamales replied. We are cooking wolf tamales for dinner. Oh, I don't want to be a tamale, Señor Lobo yelled. He jumped out of the pot, climbed back up the chimney, and ran across the roof. He didn't let the cactus thorns slow him down. He ran until he was out of sight, and he never came back. Señor Lobo, he was gone for good, and the three little tamales never had to worry about him again. So they had a fiesta and invited all their friends to celebrate. And who were the friends who came to the fiesta of the three little tamales? Why, the runaway tortillas, of course. And that's the story of the 3 little tamales.
Where do the animals live? Where does the parrot live? South America. Where does the panda live? Asia. Where does the elephant live? Africa. Where does the grizzly bear live? North America. Where does the kangaroo live? Australia.
Here at Stories with Friends, we sure do love singing. I have got a great song to share with y'all. It's a Harry Belafonte tune, and it's got some great movements. Can I show you? First is fire. Next is water. We live on the mountain, and this song is all about turning the world around. Let's go. We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living on the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. Ah, so is life. Ah, so is life. Ah, so is life. Ah, so is life. We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living on the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. Ah, so is life. Ah, so is life. Ah, so is life. Ah, so is life.
And now we are going to travel to France with a story called The Secret Circus by Joanna Wright. Somewhere deep in the city of Paris, there is a circus that is so small and so secret. Only the mice know how to find it. Only the mice know when to go there. Only the mice know what to wear. Only the mice know how to get there. Only the mice know how it is hidden. Only the mice know what to do there. Only the mice know what to eat there. Only the mice know how to watch. Only the mice know what they will see. Only the mice know whom to invite. Only the mice know when it is over. Only the mice know how to keep the circus secret. The end.
Hey, you want to hear a joke? Sure, I'd love to hear a joke. Tell me, why can't you borrow money from a leprechaun?
Why can't you borrow money from a leprechaun?
Yeah, why can't you borrow money from a leprechaun?
I don't know.
Because they're always a little short.
I know a song. It's a French song, but I know it in English. You want to try it?
Okay.
It's called Are You Sleeping?
I know that one.
Okay, let's try it.
Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Brother John? Brother John. Morning bells are ringing. Morning bells are ringing. Ding dang dong. Ding dang dong. Hey, you sounded pretty good. Let's try it in French. Okay.
Okay, all right.
Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous. Sonnez les matines, ding dang dong, ding dang dong.
That was fun, but I think we should try it in a round in French.
Okay, I think we can do it.
Okay, you start, Lulu.
All right, here we go. Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous. Sonnez la matine, sonnez la matine, ding dang dong, 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 ding dang dong.
me.
Where do fish keep their money?
Where do fish keep their money?
Yeah, where do fish keep their money?
Oh, I don't know. Tell me.
In riverbanks.
Riverbank!
Now we're heading deep down south into the bayou, straight to Louisiana, and let's go. This story is Petite Rouge, Little Red Riding Hood Cajun style. Mike Artwell, he wrote the story, and Jim Harris, he painted the pictures. Petite Rouge. There are a few words that I feel like you'll need to know to really get the gist of this story. First off, Petite Rouge, she has a boat, and that's called a pirogue. Secondly, she's gonna take Grandmère, her grandmother, a whole mess of food. In that basket, she's gonna have some shrimp étouffée, some boudin, and some gumbo. Maybe there's a couple more, like mais oui, but yes. Also, please, s'il vous plaît. Lastly, adieu. Bye-bye. See you later. So here we go, down to the swamp. Back in the swamp, where that Spanish moss grow, I hear me a story from a long time ago. In a little old house that I built out of wood live a girl people call Petite Rouge Riding Hood. Now one day when her grandmother get the flu, Petite Rouge mama told her what she gotta do. Take her this gumbo and 3 or 2 sweater and some of this boudin, gonna make her feel better. You can take that pirogue with that long push-pull. Then there's just one more thing you need to be told. Don't stop in the swamp. Don't stop on the way. 'Cause the swamp's full of gators. Yeah, that's where they stay. You take that cat and that pirogue with you, and you bring yourself home just as soon as you're through. Well, Petite Rouge, she take that food and her cat Tejan too, and she jump in the pirogue like she told to do. Mama wave adieu, and Tejan, he waved back as they float through the swamp where the water looked black. They don't been gone long when they see by a stump a big long green log that got plenty of bump. That log it come close to the pirogue and say, "Now what you two doing out here, s'il vous plaît?" It was Claude, that old gator. Petite Rouge got a hunch that old Claude thinking, I'd like to have her for lunch. "We're taking this food to my grandma," she said, "and I got me this pole, so you get out the way." "Pardon, mademoiselle, I don't mean to be rude. I just thinking that maybe, you share some of that food. A taste of that boudin or shrimp étouffée, that's all that I want, then I'll get out the way." Well, Petite Rouge, she raised that pole way high up in the air, and she looked at old Claude, and she give him a stare. She said, "I count to 3, and if you still there, this pole gonna hit you where you part your hair." And when she say 1, old Claude back out the way. He know that girl sure enough mean what she say. Then little Petite Rouge, she pushed that pirogue again. And old Claude closed his eyes, and old Claude start to grin. "I got an idea. I know what to do. I'm gonna get me that food and that little girl too." That gator swim fast, and then quick as them mouse, he up on the porch of Grandma's old house. He opened the door and he peeked in his head, and there he see Grandma just lying in bed. He tried to tiptoe so she don't hear no sound, but his tail bumped the shelf and 2 cups fall down. When they hit the floor, crash, it broke both them cups. And Grandma, she hear it. And Grandma, whoop, she wake up. "Sacre!" she exclaimed. "I know this ain't right." Then she run in the closet and locked that door tight. "Ha ha," old Claude laughed. "You can hide, that's okay. In fact, it's more better with you out the way." Ooh, old Claude, he put on that nightgown and Grandma's nightcap, and he jump in the bed like he taking a nap. He pulled the covers around his big old green head and pretend that he's Grandma just lying in bed. And sure enough, right soon, there's a knock at the door, and old Claude say, "Come in. What you stay outside for?" And in walk Tejon and Petite Rouge Riding Hood, and they look at that Grandma, whew, and she don't look good. Petite Rouge, she said, "Grandma, your face, it's all green, and your skin got them bumps. Now what does that mean?" Old Claude, he make a smile, and he say, "Ooh, it's the flu. It make me all green with them bumps, that's for true. Why don't you come closer, 'cause I wanna see all that good food your mama done cooked for poor me." Well, Petite Rouge Riding Hood and Tejon the cat, they take a step closer from where they was at. Well, Petite Rouge, she said, "Grandma, I know you've been sick, but I think, ooh, my eyes be playing on me a trick. You know, your mouth kinda big, and your nose is kinda long, and I got me a feeling that something bad wrong." "Ooh, I've been rubbing my nose with them tissues," said Claude, "and my nose look funny 'cause I rub it too hard." "Now come one step closer," said Claude kinda sweet, "'cause I think that maybe, it's about time to eat." Well, Petite Rouge and Tejon, they got up real close, and when Claude smiled, Tejon turned as white as them ghosts. Petite Rouge, she said, "Grandma, your teeth, they are big and they are white, and Tejon and me know that something ain't right." And that's when Claude laughed, "Ho ho, mais oui, it ain't right for you, but it's sure right for me." Claude threw off them sheets. Petite Rouge shout, "Eee! It's that gator who wanna make lunch out of me." Claude crawled out the bed and then onto the floor, and Petite Rouge know, she got some trouble for sure. But Tejon, the cat, y'all, he know what to do. He's smart for a cat, yeah, you know that for true. When Claude turned his back, Tejon run to the table, and he jump on top just fast as he able. He find a bottle that say red hot sauce. Then he reach back his arm and he give it a toss. He see Petite Rouge catch that sauce in her hand, then he pull out the basket, a piece of boudin. He tossed that boudin just when Claude start to hiss. Tejon cross his fingers and hope she don't miss. Petite Rouge, she watched that boudin come fly through the air, then she reach up and grab it. But guess who right there? That's right, it was Claude. Petite Rouge know one thing. Old Claude's mouth ain't open 'cause he like to sing. She take that hot sauce and for you count to 2, she soaked that boudin with that sauce through and through. She shoved that boudin right in front of Claude's nose, and just about the same time, Claude done snapped his jaws closed. He think he done bite Petite Rouge Riding Hood, and at first he thinking, she tastes pretty good. But then he stopped chewing and he closed both his eyes, and then he think, maybe he gonna die. He make them backflip 'cause that boudin so hot, and the next thing you know, his tail tied in a knot. He dance all around, he don't know what to do. His mouth feel like fire. His nose is burning too. So into the swamp with his mouth open wide, Claude jumped in the water to cool off inside. And then from that closet, Grandma, she peek out because she want to know what be making that gator shout. And when she see Claude in that swamp jumping around, she come out the closet and dance up and down. Then Grandma Tejon and Petite Rouge Riding Hood be rolling on the floor, oh, and they laugh themselves good. Then Grandma stand up, then she dust off her clothes and she say, "Ooh, that food sure smell good to my nose. Now pull up some chair and let's take a look at all that good food your mama done cooked." And soon they all eating that shrimp étouffée, boudin and gumbo with lots of filet. And when they all through, Petite Rouge tell Grandma, "Now go sit yourself down in that big old rocking chair." And Grandma, she sit down with Tejon on her lap, and soon Petite Rouge and them all take them nap. And folks in the swamp, they say that they sometimes see old Claude hanging around that old stump of tree. 'Cause Claude, that old gator, he finally cooled down. But when he see people now, he don't come around. He reckon people be too hot to eat. He don't know that the hot sauce done made all the heat. Old Claude, he been tricked, so it worked out real good for Tejon and Grandma and Petite Rouge Riding Hood. And that's the story of Petite Rouge.
Guess the food. Is it sushi, a potato, a taco, or lasagna? A taco. Is it spaghetti, a croissant, a bagel, or lo mein? A croissant. Is it lasagna, a burrito, eggs, or sushi? It's sushi. Is it a taco, a tostada, tofu, or spaghetti? Spaghetti. Is it a burrito, a strawberry, lo mein, or a hot dog? It's a strawberry.
My aunt came back.
My aunt came back
from Timbuktu.
from Timbuktu,
And she brought with her.
and she brought with her
A wooden shoe.
a wooden shoe.
My aunt came back.
My aunt came back
from old Japan.
from old Japan,
And she brought with her.
and she brought with her
A waving fan.
a waving fan
And a wooden shoe.
and a wooden shoe.
My aunt came back.
My aunt came back
from old Algiers.
from old Algiers,
And she brought with her.
and she brought with her
A pair of shears.
a pair of shears
And a waving fan.
and a waving fan
And a wooden shoe.
and a wooden shoe.
My aunt came back.
My aunt came back
from Guadalupe.
from Guadalupe,
And she brought with her.
and she brought with her
A hula hoop.
a hula hoop
And a pair of shears.
and a pair of shoes
And a waving fan.
and a waving fan
And a wooden shoe.
and a wooden shoe.
My aunt came back.
My aunt came back
from the city zoo.
from the city zoo,
And she brought with her.
and she brought with her
A nut like you.
And now we are going to travel to Korea with a story called Bibimbap by Linda Sue Park. Bibimbap is a really yummy Korean dish. Bap means rice, and bibim is just kind of a funny word that means mix. Almost time for supper. Rushing to the store. Mama buys the groceries. More, Mama, more. Hurry, Mama, hurry. Gotta shop, shop, shop. Hungry, hungry, hungry for some bibimbap. Home and in the kitchen, eggs to stir and fry. Mama, catch the spatula. Flip the eggs high. Hurry, Mama, hurry, gotta flip, flip, flop. Hungry, hungry, hungry for some bibimbap. Rice is on the boil, bubbling in the pot. White and sticky lickety, steaming good and hot. Hurry, flurry, rice, gotta pop, pop, pop. Hungry, hungry, hungry for some bibimbap. Mama's knife is shiny, slicing fast and neat. Garlic and green onions, skinny strips of meat. Hurry, Mama, hurry, gotta chop, chop, chop. Hungry, very hungry for some bibimbap. Spinach, sprouts, and carrots, each goes in a pan. Let me pour the water in. Yes, I know I can. Sorry, Mama, sorry. Gotta mop, mop, mop. Hungry in a hurry for some bibimbap. Bowls go on the table, big ones striped in blue. I help set the glasses out, spoons and chopsticks too. Hurry, family, hurry. Gotta hop, hop, hop. Dinner's on the table, and it's bibimbap. Quiet for a moment. Papa says the grace. Everybody says amen. A smile on every face. Rice goes in the middle. Egg goes right on top. Mix it. Mix like crazy. Time for Bibimbap. And that's the story of Bibimbap.
Hey, I got another riddle for you.
Oh, please, please.
What's the fastest country?
What is the fastest country? Oh, I don't know, Toucan.
Russia!
Russia!
And now it's time to travel to the South Pole where it's cold. And guess who lives in the South Pole? Penguins! Did you ever see a penguin, a penguin, a penguin? Did you ever see a penguin waddle this way and that? Waddle this way and that way, waddle this way and that way. Did you ever see a penguin waddle this way and that? Did you ever see a penguin, a penguin, a penguin? Did you ever see a penguin swim this way and that? Swim this way and that way and this way and that way. Did you ever see a penguin swim this way and that? Did you ever see a penguin, a penguin, a penguin? Did you and that. Slide this way and that way and this way and that way. Did you ever see a penguin slide this way and that?
Now let's go to Ireland for a story from Teresa Bateman, illustrated by Paul Meisel, called The Leprechaun Under the Bed. Brian O'Shea enjoyed his privacy. A leprechaun can be alone without being lonely, he liked to say. Indeed, he would know, for he made a snug home beneath the ground in an out-of-the-way spot. But time went on. Big, tall human people moved nearer and nearer until one day a man named Sean MacDonald started building a stone cottage right overhead. Brian tried leprechaun magic to stop Sean. He made Sean see headless ghosts and a banshee rising right out of the foundation stones of his cottage. But his plan backfired. It's just like my sainted mother used to have told me, Sean declared in delight. The land of Ireland is full of magic and surprises. All too soon, a fine cottage stood over Brian's home. So he built a door under Brian's bed. On moonlit nights, Brian would cobble outside. When it rained, he worked under Sean's bed, deliberately disturbing the man's sleep. You know, in Ireland, it rains a lot. But he didn't wish to be discovered, so if Sean moved, Brian would whisper, "Now don't you be fretting your wee little head. It's only the cat under the bed." After a week of restless nights, Sean decided he had to know why he wasn't sleeping well. So he went to bed as usual. But even though his eyes were closed, his ears were open. At midnight, the tapping began, and Sean sat bolt upright. "Now don't you be fretting your wee little head. It's only the cat under the bed." "Oh," said Sean. "Brian, it's only the cat." "Wait! I don't have a cat. And even if I did, who ever heard of a talking cat?" So what could be under the bed? Sean smiled. His mother had always said that there was a leprechaun in the house was a fine piece of luck. Luck he couldn't afford to lose. So next morning, Sean made stirabout for breakfast, and he placed a bowl of it under the bed for the cat. At lunch, the bowl was empty, so he put in some stew. From that day on, every time he filled his own plate, he added a bit for the bowl under the bed for the cat. Now, Sean was a hard-working man, but his small farm produced barely enough. Times grew hard, and times grew harder, until there came a day when Sean went to bed with both his stomach and the bowl empty. The next morning, a gold coin gleamed in the middle of the kitchen table. "What a blessing it is to have a cat in the house," he remarked aloud before hurrying out to buy good food. They lived well for weeks on that coin, but soon the cupboard was bare again, and another gold coin appeared. "Consider this alone," Sean said, "until times are better. Thank you, cat." But when Sean went to buy his oatmeal and potatoes, there was more than one eyebrow raised in the village. A poor man might have saved a gold coin for hard times, but two? Well, gossip ran like water through fingers, and as it spread, it grew. Sean MacDonald must have a whole chest of gold coins hidden in his cottage. And what many tongues say, be it true or not, many ears hear. Two robbers caught wind of the tale and decided that no one deserved Sean's gossiped gold more than they did. One crisp, dry morning, they hid outside, waiting for Sean to leave. And then they slipped into his cottage, tossed the cupboards, and pried stones out of the fireplace. They made a terrible racket. Such a clatter made Brian poke his head up from under the bed. He was shocked at what he saw. But what happened next was worse. The cottage door swung open as Sean returned for a forgotten tool. In no more time than it takes to tell, the robbers tied the poor man to a chair. "Tell us where you've hidden the gold," they bellowed. Fearing for Sean's safety, Brian banged his hammer against the floor to catch the robbers' attention. "Hey, now, what's that?" one of the men asked. Fearing for Brian's safety, Sean spoke quickly. "Now, don't you be fretting your wee little head. It's only the cat under the bed." "Cat?" the man replied. "Well, the bed's the only place we haven't looked." As Sean worried, Brian grinned. Both robbers stuck their heads under the bed, and there they saw exactly what Brian had told them: a cat. But this was a wild cat, with eyes like lightning and claws like knives. The cat smiled at the robbers and then licked its lips as if it found the sight of them tasty. With a shriek, the men tumbled backwards and then fled as if the devil himself were at their heels. Brian laughed till tears ran down his cheeks. Sean chuckled as well as he wiggled free of the rope. Then he stretched and bowed in the direction of his pillow. "'Tis a grand thing indeed having a cat beneath the bed," he declared. "Aye," replied a voice from below, "and it's a pleasure having a friend above it." And they lived well and happily for the rest of their days. Thank you.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, guess what? I got a joke for you.
Oh, yeah? Tell me.
Yeah, what do penguins wear on their heads?
Penguins? What do penguins wear on their heads?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do penguins wear on their heads?
Oh, get ready for it. Ice caps!
Thanks everybody for joining us with Stories with Friends. Buncombe County is the best. And you know, what a great journey we've had going all across the globe. And it reminds us just really how close we are. How about we end it with It's a Small World. You ready? It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of hope and a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's time we're aware. We're a small world after all. It's 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 a small